Hello everyone, my name is Luchara, and this is Mad Games Tycoon 2, my legendary Let's Play episode 17. Currently working on Cyclemania Drift, which is a B plus size game. My second B plus size game. We did Three Kingdoms Quest. Just trying to see if we can make an actually profitable B plus size game. Certainly appears that Three Kingdoms Quest is going to be profitable. We're also going to make a platformer today. Cyclemania Drift, though, not only is it B plus, but we also went all out in all of these rooms, maximum money. So it's going to cost well over $1 million to make this game. Um, Hopefully, it gets the money back, and that's what we want to see. I have enough money in the bank right now that I could afford to do a little test like this, and hopefully it works. And I just realized, oh, we lost a bunch of hype. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Did I win anything? Developer of the year again. No game of the year. I thought I'd win at least one of these this year. I mean, developer of the year is good though. And now we're 2 stars, so we're getting closer to being able to self-publish. Realistically, I'd like to have 3 stars before I self-publish. Maybe 2.5. We'll see. But my people in here are not happy with their surroundings, so let's throw some carpets because that'll solve everybody's problems, right? You just need some carpets. How about this one? A couple of these. Make everybody's day better. Look at that. Problem solved, just like that. So this game is technically almost done, but graphics team, sound team, QA still have a bunch of work to do just because I have so many people in here. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. That it just means they get time to polish, right? But I will need to make these rooms bigger as time goes on, but that's the expectation. I'm okay with the size of them right now. So the pre-release for the press went through, graphics team is done. Sound team's gonna be working on their last thing in a sec. Actually, I have space for an extra person in the sound team. 80 to 100 estimated rating is good. Speaking of ratings, best games of all time. All right, so Klaxer, that was the game that won Game of the Year last year. I can't be upset. That's why I checked. I was like, I thought I was at the top of the list, but I guess, yeah. Hey, I have 3 of the top 10, though. That's a good sign, right? And I have a feeling that this game I'm making right now might also make it into that list. All right, sound person. You don't go to the bathroom, so you're hired. The bathroom's way over there. All right, so yeah, we're just waiting for the sound team to be done here. It's a lot of points. Puzzler of the Dragon 4, Puzzler's Treasure is off the market. That is okay. All right, we are good here. Very little hype, but that's why we have a publisher. They will hype it up. Yeah, okay, high score in all 4 categories. That's good. See, I'm expecting this to be mid 90s. I could be wrong. It might not be. We did have a couple things we weren't maxed out in stars, but pretty close to have being maxed out and everything, right? Which is good. Oh, 98%. That, okay. Okay. Cost 1.3 million to make though. And is that factoring in the license, I wonder? In the cost? It might, but it might not. Does anybody know? Let me know in the comments. Does the cost of the license factor in here? I assume it probably does, but I don't know. All right, so let's take a look at my engines here. So Luch engine, very high market dominance. Uh, Skill engine, low market dominance. Unwheel engine, high market dominance. Okay, so I don't want to make a new engine. Pretty sure this one's fully up to date, right? So we're gonna make a platform game, platformer. Did not mean to pick that person up. Sorry about that. Spin-off? No, let's do new. Let's do new platformer. Platformer slash what? What works with platformer? Let me bring up my handy dandy guide. Skill, puzzle, adventure, role-playing, action, and fighting. Okay, well, I don't have fighting, but I have all the other ones. Let's go action. I mean, I got a lot of action out there, but it's still not very saturated. Yeah, let's go platformer and action. That makes sense. That makes probably the most sense for me for a platformer. What do we want to do for topic? Obviously, we want something we have some stars in. But we also, like, how much does saturation really matter for this stuff? Right? Probably not a lot. So we can do barbarians and hunting. Sure. And we will call this Lonan the Barbarian. Sure. Yeah, I like that. That works for me. Good old Lonan. We will target teenagers with this one. And is there any licenses that are good for platformers? There is, but it is $3 million. That might be worth it. I mean, it's $3 million, but it's 5 games and it's 4 stars. What else is out there? Is that my only platformer option? Well, this one's way cheaper, but it's also only 1 star. The Let Go movie, eh? But if I do this, if I buy this, I kind of need to make sure I do a lot of platformers, right? Because 5 games, it's a waste of 3 million if I don't actually make the 5 games in a reasonable amount of time. Yeah, let's do it. I don't know if that's a good idea. I'll leave it at size B for now, but it's more than likely going to be bumped up to B+. Engine, I think Unreal Engine, I think has all the features as well, but yeah, let's just check dev kits. And nothing really worth buying there, I don't think. Let's just go with the Astro Arcade because we have max stars in it. All right, platformer / action. Where do we need to put our sliders here? 4-1 and 9-5. Not much depth required. Beginner friendly, very important for a platformer action game. That makes sense. That tracks. Story is going to come down a bit. That also tracks. Oh, level design, 10. And then mission design down a little bit. I guess that makes sense. It's a platformer, right? Level design should be incredibly important for a platformer. And then 7-4-6 down here. Little casual friendly. It's funny. It's beginner friendly. It's casual friendly, but it's also hard. That's weird, right? Like, that's a weird combination. And these sliders are supposed to be 25, supposed to be even, but we don't have a good way to get technical points because we don't have the mocap studio yet, right? So we're gonna jack that up. And let's just go with that. Technical points are gonna be low. Right, but that's okay. Turn on everything that matters here. All right, so 13 of 10. I could cut 3 features, or I could just go with B+. And I think I'm going to go with B+. It's working for me. I feel like the B+ games I have out there now are going to make money. I'm going to cut back a little bit in these rooms, so I'm not going to go fully all out. But we're going to go close. Like that. So this game is going to be pretty expensive to make as well. Not quite as expensive as Cyclemania Drift. But as long as it's good, I don't care. All right, so all the bugs are already zapped, so we don't have to worry about that when we get to that point. Is it too early for a pre-release for the press? Probably. Probably wait a little bit. We're only like a quarter of the way through. Probably wait till it's at least half. I guess I could do like a quick, cheap little poster campaign for 5 hype. Just to keep them occupied, right? Speaking of which, they're still working on contracts or commission work over in this room. Like, I always come, I check, see what they're doing, thinking they're going to be freed up for a different project. Nope. Still working on commission work. The arcade's doing arcade cabinets, of course. How are my arcade cabinets selling? This one's selling pretty well. It's already profitable. And then I got 2 more arcade cabinets. Up here, okay, well, this one probably pretty close to being able to take this one off the market. It did make money, though. It is profitable. That's all that matters. This one's very profitable, 2 million. And research, not really anything I want to research just yet, I don't think. Actually, you know what? I'm going to research production. That doesn't mean I'm going to do it right away, but when I want to start doing it, it'd be good to have it. And I feel like I have enough money in the bank that I can afford to do that right now. Right? I did the special marketing, right? No, I didn't. There we go. Let's do it now. Should have already had it done. That's my bad. Sound team is done. Bugs are fixed. Okay, well, we're just waiting for it. Yeah, it's $1 million to make this, but again, it's 80 to 100. And that's with my first platformer. What I should have done probably is I should have done a something else with platformer as the second genre, just to get a first star in it. But if this is over 90, then I guess it's fine, right? Yeah, got next star barbarians, extra star and split screen, hunting and save games are now maxed out, which is good. 96%. Okay. Okay. That's good. That's how we roll here. All right, so Cyclemania Drift is selling extremely well, so let's do a paid add-on for that. Keep that going. So Cyclemania Drift. Streets. Oh, there's only 2 E's in Streets, Luch. Streets of Luch Town. Sure. Yeah, so 600,000 for that. Even these add-ons are starting to get kind of expensive, right? That's fine. Hopefully it'll get us an extra star in split screen multiplayer as well. And if it doesn't, it's not a big deal. Obviously, we're going to polish this. And bug fix. And pre-release for the press. Yeah, these add-ons are so fast to make. So fast. High score and everything, but that's because we're basing it off a game that had really high scores, right? So that doesn't surprise me. Okay, we got a bunch of stuff to research, but not really because it's console stuff, which I can't research yet. And I will do consoles at some point this run, but just gotta wait. All right, so we're just speaking of waiting, we're waiting for the release for the press result, which I expect will be positive. And it is. So we can release this, finish development. Loan in the Barbarian, also selling extremely well. I think I'm going to do a paid add-on for that as well. 96%, that's what we like to see. But it was based off a 98% game, right? So that makes sense. That's not the right place, Luch. You want to go right here. That's where you wanted to click. Loan in the Barbarian. And this potentially will get us an extra star in platformer. It might not, right? It's a chance. And I've mentioned this before, but when you make a full game of your own, it's like, if it's not a 100% chance, it's really close. But add-ons and contract games are less, which is a balanced thing. It makes sense, right? So loan in the Barbarian. Hunter Extraordinaire. How do you spell extraordinaire? Like that, I think. Yeah. I'm sure somebody will let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. I think that's how you spell that. I did not get the star and split screen multiplayer for Streets of Luch Town. That's okay. That is okay. Ooh, actually, you know what? Instead of bug fixing, let's get caught up on game reports, and then we'll fix bugs. And let's get the pre-release for the press going. For that. For Hunter Extraordinaire. Continue development. We got bugs to fix. We got polishing to do. Oh, what's going on? Somebody's upset. Oh, because there's a mess. Cleaning robots on it. Don't worry about it. They're getting the bugs out themselves anyway. We don't even need QA for that. QA helps, though. Flight of the Puzzler off the market. How many stars is my Puzzler IP up to anyway? I did a bunch of spin-offs trying to generate IP value. I have not done a Puzzler game in a while. I feel I did so many Puzzler games. I was like, I need a break from Puzzler, but I think I've taken too long of a break from Puzzler now. 0.6 is what the IP value I got up to is. All right, let's get through these bugs and get this out the door. Yeah, let's just push it out. Hey, star and platformer, star and barbarians, and star and split screen multiplayer. I call that a win for sure. Lone and the Barbarian is already profitable after a month on the market. That is a much better result than I expected. 93%, that's a pretty good add-on. All right, so is my puzzle engine is up to date? Yes, because that's the one I've been using. Right. So let's just do a straight up puzzle or sequel mainline game. Where are you at, Puzzlor? Puzzlor the Dragon 5. Yeah, I really want to win Game of the Year because that's the best way, or best graphics and best sound. That's the best way to develop IP value, right? It's a bit of a grind if you don't win the awards, and I haven't been winning the awards, and that makes me sad. But it is what it is, I guess. Turn on all the languages. Why those aren't on already, I'm not sure. Everything looks good here. So 12 of 10. So I could cut 2 features, or I could go B+. At this point, I think the play is to go B+. Right? It makes for a better game. Although I could... I would have to cut pause function and password saves. So we lose a bit of gameplay and a bit of tech. You know what? I'm gonna try it. Let's see. Just so we can compare, right? With the B+ games. This will give us kind of a point of comparison. Neither of those is all that important, right? This will still be 90% plus, I would say. But it allows us too to go all out in these rooms, because you'll notice way cheaper to do this stuff, right? In a B game. Like, I don't know if you noticed what these costs were when I was making the B pluses, but I think it was like 80,000, like, or 68. There was a 68 somewhere, but this is much cheaper. Although graphics and sound aren't even that important for a puzzle game, but it is what it is. I guess I can just research a topic. Or I could just research all the topics. Boxing. When it comes time to make a fighting game, it'd be good to have something that I know is good for that, right? All right. Too early for a pre-release for the press. I am going to want a bigger marketing team at some point. Like, once I start marketing my own games, I will want a bigger marketing team. But for now, I am fine with Tadu doing the marketing. Right? But yeah, both of those B+ games, or all 3 of those B+ games, are already profitable. These add-ons, I expect, will be profitable as well. Continued development. It's also faster to make a size B game, which is another thing you could potentially factor into the equation. All right, so we're waiting for QA. We're waiting for the graphics team, but they're almost done. All right, QA is done. Graphics is done. So let's put this out. But like I said, it's going to be over 90%. I'm pretty confident. At least I hope. I think it will be. All right, so we got our 5th star in split screen multiplayer. Not sure why that was so hard. Words are hard sometimes. They just are. Okay, 98%. So there you go. That, I don't... That's an interesting test. I guess... We can make profitable B+ games, but we can also have a 98% B game. But eventually, you will not be able to do this. I'm actually surprised that we get a 98% size B game. But yeah, if you're enjoying the video, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. And I will say too, a couple people asked for longer videos. Well, they asked for hour-long videos. I'm not going to do hour-long, but I am going to try to make these videos a bit longer, especially now. I'm officially going to say that my other Let's Play, the hard mode, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm just going to focus on this one. So that's part of the reason why I'm going to do longer videos. So do we want to do a Puzzlor add-on right away? And shout out to the folks in my Discord. Somebody mentioned the strategy of doing paid add-ons right away for good games, and that was a good strategy. Link in the description down below to my Discord. We got some fine folks in there talking about gaming and other things. So Puzzlor the Dragon 5. Puzzlor's scales. Dragons have scales, right? I don't know. Not the, to weigh stuff. Yes, we can't add those. So we'll just polish and bug fix. And that shouldn't take long. And I just realized I didn't do a pre-release for the press because it's so fast to make those that it's really, you got to be really on the ball. And I'm not on the ball, and I should be. This is legendary. I cannot be getting in bad habits. I do want a bigger marketing team, though. I feel like I'm waiting on marketing too much, right? Dragon Fantasy 2, Dungeon Run, which was an add-on, made a little profit. Thing with the add-ons, um, actually, this is not selling all that well, but this should help. Getting the add-on, because the way the add-ons work is their sales are capped at the main game sales, right? So if I did a add-on for Cyclemania 2, for example, the most it could sell is 168,000, right? Because that's what the main game sold. But add-ons enhance the main game sales. So if you're going to do an add-on, it's better to do it early, relatively early. But you also want to make sure the game you're doing it for is good and is going to sell well. Otherwise, you're just, like if you make an add-on for a game that's bad and it's going to lose money, your add-on's probably going to lose money too. That would not be good, right? But this game was 98%, so I expect it to be pretty good. Oh my god, look at that. They're actually done. They actually do not have any commission work to do. So let's do a free update. Free for the players, not free for me. $75,000 for me. But yeah, between the paid add-on and then the free update coming, you should see Puzzle or the Dragon sales go up. IP is up to 0.7. I mean, that is my best IP right now. So what kind of game do we want to make next? I have not made a role-playing game in quite a while. Probably because they're not very popular and it's saturated. But almost everything is really saturated right now. I guess an action game would probably be good. So Alien Invasion, whatever. Alien Invasion 4. No, wait. Alien Slaughterhouse is my action, but that is still going strong. I mean, I could do Alien Slaughterhouse 2, but the problem is if you do a sequel while the main game is still selling relatively well, the main game will no longer sell relatively well, right? People stop buying it because the sequel's out. So we don't want to do Alien Slaughterhouse 2 yet. We could spin off Alien Invasion 3, but that's just gonna confuse me because I'm gonna have, you know what? I could just do Alien Invasion 4, I guess. Skill game's popular, it's saturated. So yeah, let's just do that. Let me make sure that engine is up to date because I don't think it is. It is not. So let's get that up to date. I probably should have done this with my secondary development team because now these rooms don't really have anything to do. Well, I guess there's commission work. Oh my god, there's a lot of commission work in the sound studio. Holy crap. And commission work here as well. And they have a game report. So never mind. Everybody does have things to do. And they're actually done with the engine way before the other teams are done with what they were doing. Way before. So let's actually do a quick free add-on for Lone and the Barbarian here. Ooh, that's 130,000 for that because it's B+, right? All right, so develop a game, sequel, Alien Invasion 4. See if we can get some more IP value into this one. Lalita, sure. I've actually used licenses a lot today as well. Skill engine. And I think this is the one that doesn't have the huge market dominance. Is that the word? Market dominance? Whatever. This is my one that's low and needs it. So this will hopefully help with that. Is the PC out yet? I'm waiting for the PC to come out because the PC has a lot of users, as you would expect. All right, everything looks good there. All right, so 12 of 10. So again, I could go B+, or I could cut two things. I think I'm going to cut two things. Based off Puzzler the Dragon 5. Yeah, let's cut two things. Let's stick with B here. We know we can make profitable B+. That's good. It's good to know. That doesn't mean we need to, right? And graphics and sound are both not very important for skill games. So we're not going to go really hard on those. I'm going to do my pre-release for the press while I think of it. Yeah, Alien Invasion 3 will come off the market soon after this, and that is okay. Man, this commission work is hefty. They're only halfway done. They're not even halfway done. So, like, the main development team just made a whole game in the amount of time they're still working on this commission work. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's pretty lucrative. They fix their own bugs already. Yeah, I need to get this gameplay score up. Actually, these scores are really low. Yeah, it's up to 70 to 90. Got a legendary sound artist. So, in theory, legendary designers are a terrible idea because they're so expensive, right? But there is an achievement for hiring a legendary. So yeah, this is $14,000 a year, right? If you try to hire cheap people, you could basically have like 6 employees or more for the same cost. Do I have any room in my main development room? I don't, because they are an all-rounder, which would be good for the main development room. I don't know. Is it time? Is it time to do that? So basically, the achievement for that, it's training speed. So the question I need to ask myself is, of course, am I going to start training people? Right? Because when it is time to train people, I'm going to want to grab a legendary. But if I don't think I'm going to be training yet, I probably shouldn't grab a legendary. All right, so it is up to 80 to 100. So I'm expecting 93-ish for this review score. I don't think it'll be a 98. Nailed it. I'm pretty good at predicting review scores. So yeah, so I am not going to do an add-on for that right away. We'll see how it does. So now let's do a role-playing game. Crossbow Hunter 2. Puzzler of the Dragon Quest 2. Yeah, let's do another Puzzler. Try to keep building up the Puzzler brand, right? Role-playing. 790, well, 800,000 essentially for a 3-star 3-game license. That seems pretty good, right? That's reasonable value. We'll leave it at size B for now, but good chance it's going to get jacked up. All right, so let's just go with the skill engine because we know it has all the best stuff, and this is the one that we want to get more market dominance in. So let's put out some games with it. I feel like we could go like that, probably. Extra tech points, right? Ooh, and only 9 things. All right, so this one's only going to be size B for sure, right? Because just, yeah, there's a lot of features that don't work. And actually, let's go hard on the graphics. We don't want to go quite as hard on the sounds. I feel like doing role-playing and adventure, I know it works as a combination, but I feel like it's actively hurting because a lot of those features that don't apply, they apply if it's just a role-playing or if it's like a role-playing / something else. So I feel like maybe I need to abandon the role-playing / adventure combination because it's actively hurting the game, I feel. Or hurting my score, right? My review score. It does make it cheaper to make. We'll see. We'll see how good this game is, I guess. That'll be the real test. It might end up being fine. It's already 70 to 90, so it might end up being fine. Because, yeah, and QA is still working. Graphics is still working. Yeah, never mind. It's 80 to 100, so. All right, yeah, yep, bugs are out. Everybody's polishing. So let's do Puzzler the Dragon Quest 2. Get that hyped up. Where's Lone Ann? Lone Ann, yeah, it's at 80 hype. Psychomania Drift is at 88. Alien Invasion 4 is at 95. That's a lot of hype. So let's get Psychomania Drift hyped up. Bunch more fans. Speaking of fans, I should probably deal with my customer support queue because I have not dealt with that in quite some time. Cleaning robot hopefully is on his way. Yeah, he's right there. It's right there. The robot Luch doesn't have a gender. So yeah, let's release this. I really don't see a reason to hold it back. I'm expecting 95%ish. Ooh, Minisoft is pissed, but more importantly, the ooh is because I got another half star there. So I'm gonna say self-publishing is probably in my near future. Yeah, 95% is good. I do technically have 76 months left on my exclusive contract, but I can buy that out. It costs, oh my God, maybe we won't be doing that just yet. It's $15.5 million to buy out that contract. So as much as I would love to self-publish, I need this number to get way down before that's literally almost half my money, right? That's too much. So yeah, we're going to wait before we self-publish because that is way more expensive than I expected. I mean, 76 months is a long time. Like, this was a super long contract when I signed it, but it came with a really big bonus, which was really nice at the time, right? I needed that extra money. All right, so the trend is going to be the trend for 15 more weeks. We think the next trend is going to be, no, this is wrong. This is from last time. This is what they predicted last time. They were wrong about role-playing. It was racing. So I don't know what the next trend is going to be. I should have probably researched that already, but I didn't. That's on me. Nobody to blame but myself there. I'm thinking another platformer. Or another action. How close is Alien Slaughterhouse to being off the market? It's getting there. So platformer now and then action after that, I think would be probably the play. So we don't want, obviously we don't want to do a Lone Ann sequel already. It's way too early. So we're going to do platformer. So that's a platformer action. So what about platformer, like platformer role-playing? Apparently is a thing. Let's just go fantasy wizards and call this Duel of the Wizards, I guess. I don't know. Works for me. Teenagers again, sure. We'll leave it at B for now. We got to use this license for sure. It's the whole reason we bought that license. Yeah, let's stick with this skill engine. PC is not out yet, right? It is not. So Astro Arcade it is. My copy protection is still good. All right, so platformer / role player. Role playing. That would be 6274. So little length, not super deep, fairly beginner friendly. Innovation not important. Story, surprisingly, goes down a little bit. Character design up a little bit. Level design way up. No surprise there. And mission design down a little bit. Now, if it was a role-playing / platformer, story would be more important, right? The primary sliders are way more from the primary than the secondary. And 6, 4, 5 here. And then these sliders, so we'll just do this again for these sliders. You know, a little more tech points. And okay, I'm not cutting 3 things, so this is going to be B+. I don't mind cutting 2 features. Two's like my cap, I guess. In particular because it would have to be pause function. We have 2 options. If I don't want to cut anything that's green, which you don't ever want to cut anything that's green, I would have to cut pause function, password saves. Neither of those is that big of a deal. But save games that's a lot of game playing tech I'd be losing because I can't cut keyboard support because two of my things, my consoles, my platforms, two of my platforms need keyboard support. So I can't cut that, right? So in my mind, in this case, it makes sense to go with the B plus because the B pluses do make money, right? We've established that. Yeah, let's go all out with this one. No, they're doing game reports, but after that, I do want to stay up on the game reports though. All right, so improve gameplay. Let's just cut that last one out because they're not going to have time to do it anyway. All right, and they got the customer support queue down to practically 0. So let's flip them back in to do the pre-release for the press. Not that there's a big rush because we're going to be waiting for QA anyway. And actually graphics and sound are still working as well. And this team is freed up. I think all my engines are fully updated right now, right? With all the best stuff. Market dominance high, still market dominance low, but this is the one I've used the last 3 games. I think that will help. Market dominance high, but even with the high market dominance, nobody's really buying my engines, it seems. Right? Unfortunately. All right, so let's do a free add-on for Puzzler of the Dragon Quest 2 just to keep them occupied. And okay, QA is finally caught up. Bugs are gone. 80 to 100. That's like what we like to see. 3rd star in platformer and max stars and everything else that we use there. 96%. We definitely take that. Ooh, modern 2D block graphics. And the Commander C63 has been announced, and the personal computer is now available. That's what we wanted. That's going to have a big market share. But that is going to be all for this one. Hope you enjoyed the longer episodes. Let me know in the comments if you're excited for longer episodes. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Consider supporting me on Patreon. It would help me out greatly. Couldn't do this without my patrons. Shout out to them. Link in the description down below to that. Most importantly, though, folks, be good to each other. Have a great day. And I'll see you in the next one.